a scoreboard. You can see how the Canadian teams did on Thursday night. Leafs beat the Kraken. Willie Nylander a couple of goals. Habs lost to the Capitals. Ovi scored his 5th of the season. He is 36 away from matching Wayne Gretzky for the most goals all time. And looky-loo, Leon Draisaitl, 2 goals and assists. Zach Hyman gets his first of the season. Oilers beat the Preds. And we're going to talk to Craig Button about all 3 of those games. We're going to start with the Maple Leafs and Willie Nylander. He said he requested more ice time from his head coach, Craig. I guess scoring a couple of goals in a victory is one way to earn that ice time. What do you make of the relationship between the coach and the player in that situation?
Well, Craig Berube has a suggestion box outside his office. So he welcomes suggestions from the players, and you drop it in there. And obviously, Willie requested. What players need to do, and I love the fact that he wants to play more, but through your play, demand it through your play. That's what William Nylander did in this game. That's what William Nylander's done for the last number of seasons. Listen, Jay, he's not killing penalties this year. So that's taken some time off his overall time on ice. And really, that is where it's at. But the other thing Craig Berube is trying to do is he's trying to get more balance through his lineup. Because come playoff time, you need balance. You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't just keep going to your top players and asking them to carry the burden through the difficulties of the playoffs, the challenges of the playoffs, which are hard and heavy. So I think for William Nylander, not killing penalties is taking away a little bit of his ice time. But when you play like William Nylander has and did so in this game versus the Seattle Kraken, that's demanding. That's demanding that, hey, get me out there. And if you're a coach, you love when players want to play more. And then you love it even more when they go out and show that maybe they deserve to be played more.
And Matthew Knies seems to be doing the same thing, Craig. Up to 6 goals on the season. Really terrific start. He looks so impressive, and he's playing on that top line. What makes him such a nice fit alongside Matthews and Marner?
Well, he adds elements that complement Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner. He's good along the wall. He's good below the circles. He's good below the goal line. He's good at the net. And so that gives Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner a little bit more freedom. He knows how to play with good players. You know, we talk about Zach Hyman, who scored 50-plus goals. Oh, yeah, he's playing with McDavid. It's hard to play with good players because their level is so high, and then they want to be at that level. So they need players alongside them that are going to match that ability to play at a high level. Matthew Knies does that. He understands what he is, he understands who he is, and he adds attributes and elements to that line that make it really go well. And to me, it's a trio that has all the makings of being not only a really good top line in the NHL, but one that's going to be hard to handle when the challenges become greater.
Edmonton Oilers get a 5-1 win over the Nashville Predators, and Leon Draisaitl gets 2 goals and an assist. Craig, should we just start to engrave his name on the Hart Trophy, just as he won the Hart in 2020 when Connor McDavid was injured that season as well?
Yeah, what's amazing, it's Halloween when Leon Draisaitl leads the Edmonton Oilers to a big win without Connor McDavid. So maybe we can just say he dressed up as Super Leon, because what Leon Draisaitl affords the Edmonton Oilers is a great player. You lose Connor McDavid and you have Leon Draisaitl right from the drop of the puck of this game. Leon Draisaitl served notice to the Nashville Predators, and just as importantly to his teammates, hey, climb on, jump on these big shoulders, because here we go. We don't have Connor, but you got me. And he was brilliant in this game. He was heavy, he was hard, he was everywhere, defensively, offensively, and we've seen it. When you're one of the best 5 players on the planet, that's an expectation. Certainly when Connor McDavid goes away, it's not something that you're going to see Leon Draisaitl shrink from. In fact, he becomes like one of those inflatables you had on your front lawn for Halloween. He just becomes bigger and bigger and more imposing. What a great opportunity for him in Connor McDavid's absence.
Yeah, I did have a few inflatables on my front lawn. Canadiens fall to the Capitals 6-3, so they're 4-6-1 on the season. Craig, that loss to Washington on Thursday, does it sort of encapsulate the Habs season so far through the first 11 games?
Yeah, there's some moments in the game where you're going, geez, okay, like they're going to be okay here. You know, they end up falling behind 1-0. They make it 2-1, and then just bang, bang, it's 3-2. Then they fight and they claw and they get back in the game 3-3, and then bang, bang, it's 5-3. And they lose their grip. They lose any ability to stay in the game. Jay, I think right now for the Montreal Canadiens, you know, there was so much optimism and hope at the beginning of this year that they were going to take significant strides forward. I think that may have been misguided. Listen, I think patience is still required. It's a young group of players. It's a team that's still very much in the molding phase, trying to learn who they are, trying to learn what they are, and they're still steps away from being a competitive team and a contending team. And that's just the reality that they're going to have to deal with. There's no way that you can move up to a playoff contender from the bottom 5 in the league. And certainly what Montreal needs to do is try to move up into that next tier and see where they're at. Be patient, allow the young players to grow. But there's some painful steps along the way, and it's not going to happen as quick as maybe everybody thought.
That's fair. These 3 teams now head on the road. Habs will be in Pittsburgh Saturday. Leafs will be in St. Louis Saturday. The Oilers head to Calgary for another chapter in the Battle of Alberta on Sunday. Craig Button, always a pleasure. Thanks for this.